Hey guys, Southern Sage here, and it's time for another garden tour to kick off another garden week on the podcast. So let's take a look at the seed stand to begin with. Now, I think last time these guys were not yet germinated. So you can see these tomatoes are looking fabulous, as are the peppers and the tomatillos. All of these are very happy. My celeries, basil, marigolds, and if you peek in there, the little petunias are all doing well. The okra has been very disappointing. I've only got one okra that seems to have made it. And then, since last time, I have started sweet potatoes to slip, and they are, in fact, doing that. So I've got my first sweet potato slips coming on. And then this tray of nasturtiums is looking absolutely amazing. Now you'll notice most of these are big enough that they really should be going out in the garden, or in the case of the tomatoes and peppers, be getting potted up into a bigger pot to go for another few weeks before they go in the garden. However, I'm going to be out of town for most of this week, and there will be no one here to take care of all of the pots. So they're going to get potted up next week, and they should be okay in their newspaper pots until then. I do want to show you, though, that these little newspaper pots are awesome. You see those little roots coming out? So I can just drop that whole pot into a bigger pot without disturbing the roots at all. I might get a video of that whenever I do it next weekend and get it posted so you guys can see how that works. But I highly recommend the newspaper pots. It is an excellent way, and it doesn't have to be actual newspaper. It can be really any kind of paper with the form. So here, more things are getting potted. So the wood chip mulch has the ginger in it. It's being a little bashful since temperatures have been low. I just got my elephant ear in the green pot. The lemon and lime trees are doing well. They are pretty happy. Somewhere on there are some little, oh, well, actually we can see it right here. Some little baby fruits. It's very exciting. This is my first year with those guys. We have leeks that have not yet made it in the ground, and then wormwood and hardy kiwi that are waiting on us to finish our solar array installation so that they can go be in their permanent home. So in the meantime, they get to live in pots out here. And then I've brought my winter sowing milk jugs down into the garden to hopefully nurse them and get something to sprout. With the insane weather we've had, the winter sowing methodology is not working as well as it once did. So yet another consequence of climate change. The garlic is doing amazing. Isn't it beautiful? I love garlic. Then a couple of weeks ago, we did the planting cabbage into deep mulch, and as you can see, the cabbage and broccoli are extremely happy. I have a few volunteer onions that I apparently missed last year coming up and looking pretty, so I'm just going to let them go. Over here, I have green peas planted that are just coming up, little baby peas, with their onions around, the clay pots in the middle to keep them watered, and more garlic also looking fabulous. In our onion and potato beds, the potatoes are finally showing their faces. I don't know about you guys, but these guys always feel like they keep me in suspense for a month. They just take forever to come up. Over here, this variety is being a little more aggressive. More of them popping their heads up. Our lettuce planted in the potatoes is coming on nicely and growing well. I transplanted in some additional lettuces into this bed that I had extra starts of to fill in some spots where they didn't make it. But I'm looking forward to salad from the garden very soon. The potatoes in this bed they are starting to show their face if you pick up the hay mulch, but they're not big enough for you to see them yet. Our pears are starting to sprout. This one's being a little bashful. The other pear over here is looking awesome. That is a Seckel pear. It is candy. If you've ever had a Seckel pear, you will never go back to any other pear. This wicking bed has become all lettuce. You can see the small ones that I transplanted, and the little ones that were babies last time you saw them are getting big and getting ready to go into salads and sandwiches and all the tasty things. And soon, well, by the time we do another garden update, these two will be ready to go. And we'll have a trellis arched up between them. So then our little baby plum has started sprouting. We have some blackberries coming up that were planted last fall. A few of them are showing their faces here, so that's good. And then our peach tree is also leafing out beautifully. So the spring garden is taking shape and looking amazing and getting ready to feed us all summer. So I hope you've enjoyed this update on the garden tour. We'll be talking about incorporating water into the garden, an update on my water in a bucket changed the whole garden, how I got sold on permaculture story. And we'll probably touch base on the food forest later in the week. I've got about 200 plants showing up for the food forest later this week. They ship tomorrow. So there will definitely be a video about getting them in, and I'll show you what I have planned for the shadier area with established pecan trees and oak trees that I'm working around, and how I'm reshaping that whole section of this property into an edible food forest and herb garden. So stay tuned for that. It'll either be Friday or wrap around to next Monday or Tuesday, but it'll be coming up. So looking forward to seeing you all week with new things to do in your spring garden. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what else you want to see. Thanks.